In James Cameron's new film Avatar, the distant planet Pandora teems with alien animals, strange new plants, and human-like beings. The director recently talked to us about how much of a role real-world science played in designing Pandora.
Our creature design team, you know, the tables would be covered by books of animal biology and animal anatomy and photo books with the textures of, you know, everything from the back of a tortoise to part of the interaction between the bill, the beak, and the skin of a hornbill, to poison dart frogs, to tropical fish and nudibranchs. And so we were going back to nature the whole time and using nature's resourcefulness and imagination to fuel what we were doing, which is why the creatures feel real. And in parallel with that, the animators were working out, you know, how do they move? How do their muscle systems move? How does a six-legged dog move? You know, how does a six-legged horse run? And of course, it's not really a horse. It's an alien animal that resembles a horse in its gestural broad strokes, you know, but it's a nectar-feeding, six-legged, you know, herbivore that's vaguely horse-like, but happens to be about the size of a stegosaurus.
You know, what I say about Jim is when he does science fiction, he has to do science fact for himself. I mean, yes, it's a fantasy world, but there has to be a foundation of reality. So we did a fair amount of research. We researched the plants. We had worked with a botanist from UC Riverside. You know, all the designers we worked on, they didn't come up with things that did not make, you know, physical sense. They had a real foundation to why things, you know, worked. We've also done, and I kept referring to it just conceptually as a Discovery Channel type of special, where we put together a 4.5-minute piece that Sigourney Weaver has narrated. That is like, you know, Pandora, 5.1 light years from Earth. And she also narrated Planet Earth. So this is like her doing, you know, Planet Pandora now.
A world of wonder and mystery, incredible danger and strange beauty.
We have a 380-page document called Pandorapedia that was fed into by, you know, an astrophysicist, an ethnomusicologist, an anthropologist, a botanist, and a bunch of other ists that you know, created this document. It's fully fleshed out and extremely detailed.
In his new film Avatar, director James Cameron took cinematic technology to a whole new level.
So what about this one? Run, don't run.
Run, definitely run.
We recently sat down with the cast and crew to find out what they thought movies would look like in the future.
Good. You know, I think what it's going to be like is I think we're going to be still going into a theater, the lights are going to go down, and a movie's going to come up. I think it's going to come up in 3D. I think it's going to be movies of stories that we can only imagine right now in our dreams. I think the focus, though, has to remain on filmmakers like Jim. Filmmakers who know that narrative storytelling comes first and not let technology get in the way of that.
Don't fall. And cut. I think they can be brighter. I think we can experiment with higher frame rates to get them clearer so there's no stroboscopic artifacts whatsoever, which is really important in 3D. I think there's going to be a lot more 3D, a lot more filmmakers are going to use 3D. I think people will experiment with it. Some movies will be in 3D, some won't for a while, and then all of a sudden everybody will be watching, you know, their sports in their home and on a huge plasma screen in 60 frame per second 3D, and you know, movies are going to have to, they can't be out-competed by what people are getting in the home, so they're going to have to step up and up their game to match that.
I think that it's come from being what is considered a gimmick to really, you know, a tool for storytelling. I don't think it'll ever, you know, supersede that. I mean, ultimately, a story, you know, a movie is as good as the story is told. But as far as the experience, I think that, you know, we're really going into not just is it a tool, but it's really potentially, you know, the future for visual mediums.
And with his new way of filming motion capture, Cameron has opened up all kinds of possibilities for actors.
I use this example. I think it's apt. I've never talked to Clint Eastwood about this. I don't even know him. But if he wanted to play Dirty Harry, just as an example, how cool would that be to see another Dirty Harry movie, just a straight-up Dirty Harry movie, you know, just shooting the bad guys, just like he did it in 1975 or whatever it was. He could do it, and it would be him, you know, it would be legitimate. He'd be driving it. But bringing Marilyn Monroe back from the dead, I think, is wrong. I think that's not how it should be used. The interesting thing is, I think we've been on this steady slope of progress, and I think it's starting to plateau out. meaning we're actually getting to the point where we can already almost do everything we need to do. And the last holy grail thing to do was human, accurate, photoreal, emotionally correct performance capture. We can do it now.
And what about those 3D glasses? Can we ditch those anytime soon?
For a big theatrical exhibition like in a movie theater, you're always going to wear glasses. But for small devices, for laptops, and even for home screens, they'll use autostereoscopic systems where you don't have to wear the glasses.
But what can we do with the glasses to put prescriptions into glasses, to make them the sunglasses you wear in everyday life, to maybe have the glasses be your ticket code, that you put them, you scan them from your computer and you come with the prepaid ticket and so what are those opportunities where it's, it's not do I have to wear the glasses, do I get to wear the glasses?
Send us a message that they can take whatever they want. But we will send them a message that this is our